So should you say dyslexia or not?
Find out today at Dyslexic and Unstoppable.
Hi, it's Dr. Doug Curtis.
And Lucy Curtis from Dyslexic and Unstoppable. Our mission is to help dyslexics rediscover their inner power.
That's right. So one of the things that parents struggle with a little bit is whether or not they should mention dyslexia to their teacher, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're getting help through the school system, it's a little bit less important because it's probably in your IEP. You've probably talked to your teachers about it, and it's part of their IEP. But for the parent who's either getting outside tutoring or really hasn't gotten there yet, they don't often know, do I say dyslexia? Will that label my child? Or will that get my child help? So we've had to deal with this. What do you think from that standpoint?
Well, for me is, of course, when you first get there and you're a parent and you feel it and you're like, dyslexia is such a, charged word, right? So you're like, there's something wrong with my child and all this stuff. And eventually you get over it and you're like, okay, we got dyslexia, okay, whatever, move on. Right. What can you do? What can you do? Whatever, right. I can do a lot of things. Right. It's you adapt, right? But for us, because we got services outside of school, mm-hmm. we chose to bring it up when we saw that if something was an issue, like if Latin was an example of, spelling words were a difficult thing. Mm-hmm. So before we realized we had to also learn Latin the dyslexic way, like we teach you in the products that we have, with the visual and all these things, the results were not as good as after our son did it with the dyslexic way. So when we told the teacher, then she was aware of it, and there's not as much pressure on it, So teachers need to be aware that, or I think of was it maybe history or social study or something like that, when when the teacher says, your son has amazing ideas but the grammar doesn't match, right. Then you have to address.
Bring it up, yeah.
Because then they're like, now we get it, okay.
And as we mentioned in previous videos, it also matters where you are along this journey, right? We always say dyslexia is journey, but like when we were in first and second grade, I can remember especially second grade, the collaboration between, we told his second grade teacher right off the bat, he's got dyslexia, he's going to this specialized school for dyslexia, and his teacher was really excited about, let me work with that teacher, let me figure out how we can both work together to make this work the best. Mm-hmm. So it kind of matters where you are in the whole process. Mm-hmm. Later on in life, when your child's becoming more independent, mastered a lot of things, found accommodations for a lot of other things, they may not bump up against this issue until, like you said, there's a spelling test or there's a history exam. They're supposed to write an essay and suddenly their grammar shows up, whatever. Mm-hmm. So you gotta kind of play it by ear.
Or I think of, you have to debate something in a class, and you have speech issues, so your ideas on paper are amazing, but you're getting in front of the class, so maybe something that you have to work with your speech therapist too. So all these little things that sometimes when a teacher, like I remember we gave a letter of introduction for a couple of the teachers, and it was like, oh my God, that is amazing, because it gives us a great idea of where he is and who he is, and then you're able to differentiate what is an issue and what is not an issue to make of, right?
Exactly. So let us know what you think. Do you say dyslexia or not? Leave us a comment below and visit us at Dyslexic and Unstoppable.
Thank you.
Thanks.